What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Rescued Reviews. You know me, I'm Nick, my wife Kelly, and the strange man below there is the guy that nobody thought we could get on here, Matt from Immortal Modz. So, how's everything been going, guys?
You know, living the dream.
You, Matt? How's
No.
everything?
Did I forget to mute the thing?
What's going on, everybody? Yes, you did. Another.
I fixed it.
Okay.
I was like, what? It's like, what's all these funny noises?
I love how you left the autism awareness on the bottom.
I did.
That's awesome.
So, do you know Texas Mama, Matt?
Who?
Texas Mama?
No, maybe.
She's
Her name is Hope.
And her daughter Caitlin is having her birthday, what?
Next month.
Next month, yeah. And she's turning 23?
19.
19. 19. And she's autistic.
He doesn't know.
I remember.
But April is Autism Awareness Month, so.
And so I wanted to honor Hope, so I made sure that we left the autism awareness down in the bottom corner.
Awesome.
Got my bracelet.
I wore mine and it cut off circulation and my hand started turning purple, so I had to take it off.
8 people problems.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But so let's get into the buffet. The buffet.
Words.
Maybe I'm having a stroke.
Words? Yeah.
Are you having a stroke?
We'll find out. I mean, this video would be epic and go down in history if I died on it live.
Oh, that would be so
Coronavirus.
bad. Please don't do that.
Coronavirus. So, all right, let's start with you, Matt. What you vaping on?
Well, I've got my prototype Viking.
Which I cannot wait to get my hands on one of those murdered out ones.
I can't wait to steal it from you.
Oh, shit.
And what deck is that? The Exile deck
Ooh.
with silencer cap.
How many coils did you have in there?
2.
2. Okay, it looked like you had 3 in there for a minute.
Yeah, the way the center is, it kind of does look that way.
Okay, cool.
And I'm not vaping on it, but I am working on color filling my atom with a glow in the dark fill.
That's sweet.
I can't wait to see how that works. Like how that turns out. That's gonna be so cool.
And then I'm vaping on some Jam Monster lemon.
Nice.
Ariel says it tastes like piss, but I like it.
I like lemon flavored things, so It could be good. I haven't tried it yet, but I will one day.
Problem is their bottles leak like they don't stop leaking.
No.
Constantly. Drip, 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 drip all day long. Even if you don't use the bottle, it leaks.
Really?
Yeah, I don't understand why.
What, is it the new V3 from Chubby?
I think so. Yes.
Huh. That's weird. Mine don't leak.
I don't know. I don't know why. For some reason, they constantly leak.
Cap push down all the way?
Yeah. I think it's just got something to do with maybe the consistency of the liquid because it is a little bit thinner.
Yeah, maybe all the butter.
Maybe. Who knows?
So is that all you got today, Matt? Just the Atom and the Viking?
That's it. I mean, I have, if you look right there.
Just a few things, huh?
Right there.
Just a few months.
That's my prototype shelf. I mean, literally, there is stuff. I mean, I could go back there and get something. There's stuff back there that's 4 years old, prototype, production models. I mean,
Ooh, show and tell time.
yeah, all right.
Hey, Big Red, if you're looking for an Atom, I know where you can find them.
Yes, so while Matt's looking on the prototype shelf to tease me with stuff, Immortal, like I promised y'all last week, Immortal would be on our website, and we started adding things. The Atom is now on our website, so you can place the order for it, and they will be sent out. And we have the white, the green, all colors are in stock, correct, Matt?
Yep.
Yep, all colors, even the murdered out ones, which are sick as tits.
So, original Aftermath V2.
You know, I've never actually seen one of those before.
They're cool looking.
It reminds me of a lightsaber.
So,
I think it looks like a missile.
you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You kind of see where we went here with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the way the Viking is shaped more than the Aftermath.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a little bit different, but we tried to stick to that. We tried to bring it back to what we originally did back in the day.
I just like how it's not such a sudden in and out. It's nice and smooth.
Actually, Nick, to be honest, it's the same degree of taper,
Really?
just stretched out a little bit more.
Huh.
It looks so different.
Yeah. And then a prototype Odin.
Nice.
And one of the first models of the Angry Italian that we worked with another guy, actually locally here in Florida, to modify these for him.
That's cool. Never seen that one either.
That's nice.
There was only 10 of these that we did, and what we did was we modified the switch. The switch had some issues with it, so we went ahead and made some changes. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, what you got left?
I'm really boring. I have my vengeance, as always, on my Dumex, APOC 25, and a random drip tip I found.
It's not a random drip tip.
I don't know who it is. I don't know who it belongs to. Like, it was just in our drawer of drip tips, and it matched. Oh, it's Half Moon?
It's Half Moon. It's a patent tip.
I didn't know. I just knew that it was in the drawer of tips. So I didn't know. But it's a Half Moon tip.
I just seen a comment where somebody says, "I want that red splatter Dumex."
We
So-
have it in stock at Rescue too.
They do, and then also in the Viking, we are doing it in the same color combination as well.
So
There you have it.
Immortal has a company that they use that custom coats everything for them, and the coating is phenomenal. So me being a ginger, I have an issue with bare metals where I just destroy them with my sweat and my hands because of the acid that I produce. And so we thought that I'd be okay with a silver plated. And so y'all know I love my silver bang. Well, unfortunately, my hands destroyed the plating on it. So we sent it off to DC Customs and they nickel plated it for me. And it's been hitting great and hasn't worn off at all. So if you're a ginger, go with nickel plating or it's a good, what, powder coat you said, or Cerakote?
Cerakote. So we do all the Cerakoting in-house, and then DC Customs does all of our silver plating and or nickel plating. Maybe possibly in the near future gold plating. So he does a really good job when he plates, and he does Cerakote as well. He's a really good guy, and he'll definitely take care of you if you choose to use him to recoat something or change the color of something.
Yeah, I mean, the turnaround was great. It was not even a week. Sent
Yeah.
it to him, and he mailed it back within a week.
That's awesome.
Super, super happy about it. So, for me, on my buffet, I have my bang.
Surprise.
That's right, surprise. Inside my bang, I got my Nico, which I lost my bottle for.
I have a bottle.
Thank you. You got my hacked version of the bottle. So that was I didn't have labels yet, so I printed one out and I used packing tape to attach it.
Is that where my wall packing tape went?
You said packing tape too?
I did.
Oh no, it's probably still in the box with all the business cards
Oh,
that I
okay.
didn't send back. Sitting next to the 4 chargers I have and the Exile. So, and then I also have my OG grip with my good boy, Ben.
He's such a good boy.
He is. And just the way the grip hits is just amazing. I mean, I love it.
I mean, you must be a fan. You have, what, 7, 8? I don't know. There's a couple.
He'll move on to the Viking. It'll be okay. I'll have 10 of those too.
Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on the Viking. I mean, why didn't you have the Murdered Out ready for me? And then I could be like, look at my Viking.
I know.
Instead, I also have, look at my Doom X.
Hey,
Nice.
that's still a good one. And that's a diamond, by the way.
You know what I meant. Diamond, yeah, my bad. I was thinking, my words today suck, okay? It's been a
Hey, at least you didn't mistake it for a perch.
right?
Shut up. That only happened like 3 times.
I mean, do you want me to? I mean, I can pull out my Purple Purge Immortal Siege.
Shut up. I blame it on being a blonde.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
So, but that's all I got on my buffet today. So last week with the Humane Society being closed, we didn't really get to hit on a Humane Society to talk about the pups because they're just not opening their doors because of the corona right now. They are still accepting donations. All Humane Societies are. What you do is you just go what you normally do, go and pick up the whatever you want to donate, go to the Humane Society and just leave it outside their door for them. They'll wait a little bit for you to leave and then they'll pick it up and bring it inside. They are still, like always, in desperate need of dog food, kitty litter, kitty food, wet food, everything you can think of.
Cleaning supplies
Yeah.
are big right now.
Yeah.
So what if you were wanting to adopt now? Is there any possible way to do that?
Yes, you call your shelter and they do basically sight unseen adoption. So you go through their website and you pick out the animal you want and you tell them, I'm interested in adopting this animal, and you won't get to go into the shelter and meet it. So basically it's just kind of like you adopt this animal and hope that things work out. But they have made arrangements so that way if it doesn't work out, you won't get penalized, or they might be able to do like refunds in some way. And it depends on your shelter. So obviously call your specific shelter and talk to them and find out what you can do.
Yeah.
Because I know some of them aren't even doing the sight unseen adoptions.
Okay.
Most of them are. So just because they're technically closed for visitors doesn't mean you can't still adopt a pet.
Yeah.
And if you
I'm
think
gonna make a
quarantine
phone call.
sucks, well,
You gonna get a new doggy?
Well, no, maybe. We've been thinking about it, and I think now would be a good time, if they are able to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw in the news that we had some massive issues down here in St. Lucie County with the Humane Society down here. They shut down one facility for cleanliness and fraud and blah, 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 blah. So they moved them all out to the airport, and then they moved them all to the new facility. But so they removed them from the old facility, moved them to the airport, then moved the ones from the airport to the new facility. So the new facility is overcrowded. The old facility is still not open yet.
yeah,
Because it's so bad and so run down that it's condemned.
yeah,
So I just think now would be a good time with nobody being able to go there, and
yeah,
dogs and cats just being dropped off every day, just like normal, because nothing
Yeah.
changes with them.
Well,
even
there's
though
actually-
they're all hiding.
there's been an increase in people dropping off their pets and saying they can't do it anymore because somehow information got out that your animals can give people coronavirus, which they cannot. I mean, the WHO said they can't, which I don't really put much stock into what they say because they're idiots half the time. But the the American Kennel Club actually released a statement saying your dog and your cat cannot transfer coronavirus. Their fur makes it too porous for the virus to stick to it. So even if you have coronavirus, obviously you want to wash your hands as much as possible and take proper measures, but your animal is not going to transfer that.
Yeah.
So
they did say that if you do have corona, you can't give it to you shouldn't be able to give it to your animal, but why take a risk? So no more kissing the dogs.
Yeah, I mean, you would treat them just like you could any other person. You don't give up your kids because you might give them the coronavirus. So I'm choosing to.
But I get it, because I mean, down here in Palm Beach County, St. Lucie County, you know, we have the people that have the, what do you call them, couture pets?
Yeah.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah. Designer breeds.
Yeah, and they hold them in their purse, and they walk through the grocery store licking and kissing on them, and it's like, you're in the grocery store.
Yeah.
You want to do that at home, that's cool, but you're in the grocery store.
I mean,
yeah.
We'll give our dogs like a kiss on the nose. There's some people that will literally take their entire dog in their mouth. No,
full on. Yep.
No. I know where my dog's tongue has been.
Yep.
And it ain't going in my mouth.
But yeah, so your pets will not give you the coronavirus, and they won't give anyone else the coronavirus. Just, I mean, do like you would normally do. Wash your hands before and after, you know.
Yeah.
It's fairly simple. But yeah, so a lot of humane societies have said they've seen a lot more people, you know, dropping off pets. So there's a lot of pets that are out there that are perfectly good pets, you know, don't really require much of anything to get acclimated to being in a home. They just happen to be in a family where they're scared of the coronavirus.
Yeah. So with that being said, we are going to jump into our pet of the week.
Yay!
Oh, you did.
So we've shown her before. This lovely lady, her name is Molly. She's 1.5 years old. She is good with other dogs and kids. She doesn't do small animals. So if you are interested in her and you have a cat or a small dog, she would not be good for your home. But she does love big dogs, and she loves to play, and she has a lot of energy. She's pit and husky mix. She is in a foster home right now, and she is looking for a forever home. So if you or anyone is interested in Miss Molly, get a hold of us, and we will put you in touch with her foster home, who would be able to help you apply and all that stuff, so you can get her to go home with you.
And she's a wonderful, wonderful dog.
She is. She knows basic commands. She's up to date on her shots. She's housebroke. So she's going to make a great pet for someone's family.
I love that picture right there with her wearing the birthday hat.
She's such a dingbat. But, I mean, she has a personality. She has such a personality. She's a great little dog. So, and with that being said, I do have a training tip for you, because that's who I am and that's what I do. I want to make sure everyone's got all the information they need to train their dogs appropriately. So a lot of times people will tell me, my dog isn't listening. And the best thing I can tell you for that is try to determine why your dog isn't listening, and maybe that can help. So a lot of times it's, your dog might be too excited. So when you first get home and your dog is jumping on you, that's not a good time to work on a new command. That is a good time to reinforce the commands that they've already learned, but it's not a good time to start a new command. So if they're too excited, or they haven't learned that command yet, or maybe they're stressed. So like if it's a storm outside, that's probably not going to be the best time to work with commands. So you want to make sure that the environment is appropriate, just like you would with homeschooling a child. You want to make sure that everything is set so that way they aren't distracted, they aren't stressed or worried or scared, you know, and that will actually reward your dog in a way that you didn't know was possible, and they'll learn a lot faster. Yeah. And once your dog starts learning a trick, have them do it 10 times in a row. If they can do it 10 times in a row, they've got the trick. Well, look at the puppies.
I wish I was there. It's scared the puppy, so it jumped all over Matt.
So
Just snoring. Like full on human snoring.
And the other thing about why is your dog not listening? Like, it might be over educated in a way. So if you, think about back when you were in school, if you did 10 hours worth of schoolwork, you don't really want to do 10 more hours of schoolwork. So don't do a whole bunch of training all in one day. Space it out, and eventually your dog will become used to that routine and understand that this is when I'm supposed to learn. So.
Do you hear the dog howling in the background, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
That is Blue. Blue is one of our friend's dogs. He's moving, so he needed us to watch him.
Mm-hmm.
That is what he does 24/7.
He's very stressed, so we're letting him have his moment to be stressed out, and when he calms down, that's when we go and reward him with love. And we haven't got to the love part yet because he's been very stressed out. But we're getting there. It's a work in progress.
I just have a lazy pig that literally sits there and snores, and like she is a pig, grunting sounds the whole 9 yards.
But she's happy, and that's what matters.
She's got a good story. She was actually a mother to a fighting ring over in the Orlando, Daytona area, and she was locked in a closet 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We got her when she was 3.5, and she had already had 10 litters.
Oh my. Wow.
So yeah, that's all she did was breed. And her and her son were in the rescue together, and we didn't think of it at the time. But all his canines were all ground down. Like they literally just ground his teeth straight flat.
Oh wow.
And we didn't think of it to get him at the same time as we got her. But now we regret it that we didn't actually get both of them.
Well, hopefully he found a home where he can be loved and snore.
He did. We called about a year later, and they said he was adopted like a month after we took her. And they haven't heard or seen anything since. So that's good news.
That is good news. A lot of people, I get a lot of people that say, like, they want another dog, but they're scared. And when we're not dealing with the coronavirus, a lot of shelters will encourage you to bring your pet into the shelter and introduce them. And that's extremely important because it's, you don't want to get another pet that you're going to have to break up fights all the time, especially if they're big dogs like pits. Yeah. That bite force is just shy of a cougar. Like you don't want to have to deal with separating that.
And a lot of people say that, but purebred pit bulls, like my Blue back here, they are very soft-mouthed.
Yes.
And it's crazy that everybody's like, oh, their bite is so hard, and don't play with their mouth, and they'll accidentally get you. We'll go to all the way full on growling, snarling, and I'll stick my arm in her mouth, and it immediately solved.
Yeah, and that's because she knows you and loves you, and she doesn't hate you. The American Pit Bull has a bite force of 350 pounds per square inch, and a Cougar is about 500 pounds per square inch. So being a Pit Bull, they do have a lot of force that they can put into a bite, but if they love you and they don't feel threatened by you, they're not going to. Yeah. So, and that's important for people to realize. If you have a good relationship with your pet, they're not going to try to kill you.
I had a red nose that a few years ago, and we would get tires, like race car tires with no belts in them. So if anybody plays with dogs and tires, don't just go buy a regular street tire. They're highly, highly dangerous
and toxic. They can make dogs sick.
But race car tires are actually most of them are organic material, and there's no bands. There's no metal wire in a race car tire.
Right.
And I mean, I used to grab onto that thing, and he would swing in midair, just sitting there floating. And so I know they definitely have the ability to have a powerful bite, but it's beyond me that how they're able to control it so well.
Yeah.
They can go full on, like grabbing something and holding them in midair, and you stick your hand in their mouth and it immediately goes soft.
Yeah. Pit bulls used to be nanny dogs. I mean, pit bull isn't an actual breed. It's just like a slang word that a lot of people use to describe the American pit. But they used to be nanny dogs. People in Europe used to leave their infant children with their pits while they did whatever they had to do, because that pit is very protective and would protect their family. A lot of people think that pits have the ability to lock their jaw, and that is a wives' tale. They can't do that. They don't have any special locking mechanisms in their skull. It's, they just have such a great force that they can hold their mouth shut really strong. So yeah.
So
pet stuff.
we have a present for you, Matt.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have it, or do I have it?
You have it downstairs still.
Do I need to go get it?
You should, because I told him about it. He hasn't seen it yet.
Everyone stare at my blank screen.
Yeah, they're nice to get rescued.
Dave asked me what I was drinking.
Rum and Coke?
Yes, but I have a very dear friend, and a lot of you guys probably know him. His name is Wolfgang from Dead Man's Hand.
Yes.
He travels to Cuba all the time.
Can't see it, babe. Bring it closer. Sorry, y'all.
Oh my God. That's so cool.
And then
That's awesome.
flip it around.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's a button down just like y'all's smocks.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Oh, I'm so excited.
So that
You got to send it out with that box.
Yeah, it will be in there with all the rest of the stuff that I forgot to send. And I'll tape the crap out of this one.
Yeah.
Okay, what'd I miss?
Oh, so I was saying Dave asked what I was drinking. So yeah, I have a really close friend. His name's Wolfgang, owner of Dead Man's Hand. His business partner, Steve, the two of them go to Cuba 2, 3, 4 times a year.
Nice.
And Steve brought me back a bottle of Cuban rum. So once a week, I'll make a drink with my Cuban rum, and that's my special treat.
Nice. I was just joking about the rum and Coke.
Yeah, that's...
You're over 21, and that's legally allowed, so have fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen Matt's ID. He might not be over 21.
Yeah, okay.
Well, he had to be 21, right? Well, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Matt.
Yeah.
Talk to us. So, we know about the grips.
Yeah.
I know about your grips. I know about your bangs. I know about all your moths except for the Viking. I've heard about it. You've teased me like an asshole on video chat since we talk a lot. But what gave you the idea to do the Viking?
Well, me and Ariel sat down and we said that we wanted to do something new. We released the Atom.
Mm-hmm.
We released the Gripnade.
Yep, I got mine over there.
We released the Bang. Yep. And so we wanted to kind of, let me go back. We have an employee at the warehouse. His name is James. You met James.
Good.
Wait, did you?
Maybe.
Does he have any?
Mohegan.
At Mohegan?
Yeah. The skinny kid. The little skinny kid.
Okay.
Yeah. He has been busting our balls since he started working for us to redo the Aftermath, which is the one I showed you.
Okay.
in a 21-700. In our experience, bottom fires are not as popular as they were.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that the Diamond X.
Yeah, no, I mean, and
X. God damn.
yeah, well, the Diamond and the X.
Yeah.
They did really well, and they still do. But they are the shit. Like, there's no way to beat that.
Yeah.
I mean, in our eyes, we can't really up our game on that one.
No, I mean, especially on the X, that button, the throw on that button.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love that the button it doesn't feel like it's extra wide, but I also know that if I had fake nails on, my nail wouldn't get stuck in there. And that was like the biggest thing for me. If I used a bottom fire mech, is my fingernails would get stuck, and I hated that.
Yeah.
That, and Kelly has lupus really bad. So she has good days and bad days, and no matter what the day is, she can actually use the X, which is nice.
Yes.
The Diamond, she has a little bit more of a difficulty because of the throw being so long.
Yeah.
But I mean, even then, I could just go to the grip, and that's a nice side fire, and I don't have an issue with that either.
You don't own a grip, though. I do.
I could steal. You can't use all of them all at the same time.
Is that a challenge?
He'll be like,
I don't want to see that.
I'd be like,
be like some of those Jewel kids, like, I can do 10 at once.
my mouth's not that big. Damn.
I'm just trying to figure out how you would get it all to like fit without like pre-firing some stuff and making
Lots of
them
rubber bands.
like super dry, because like holding that many, they're gonna like put pressure on them, and like it would just be a horrible time.
I kind of want to try this.
So the Doom, do you guys remember the original Doom?
Honestly, no. I never saw it.
Um,
Do you have it on your prototype shelf?
I don't. You know why? Dave has my Doom.
Okay.
Dave has.
Dave has the American flag Doom, right?
No, I think Kristen does. Dave has my red and black one.
Okay, I've seen the American flag one.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the original Doom. So that's where those two, the Doom Diamond and the Doom X, came from. So that was the remake of the OG Doom.
Okay.
Okay.
Matt Page says, I cannot confirm or deny hitting my grip, Odin, hammer, and possibly my jab.
So, the jab was nice. Jab 4? That was
I loved it.
I still have mine. I had the brass and the murdered out one. I don't use the brass because I destroyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I know Alex got the black jab kit.
No.
Yeah,
No.
he has a black jab.
He got the diamond from us.
No, it was a jab.
Oh. Okay. Oh, my Alex.
Yeah, you're Alex.
I thought you were talking about the woman.
No.
Okay.
No, that Alex has a grip.
Yeah.
But no, your nephew Alex has the jab, and he loves it. Every time I see him, he's got that thing in his hand, which is a nice switch from having a pod system in his mouth at all times.
Yeah, except for the fact that the fucker keeps dropping it.
But it still works.
That's the good thing about it, is you can drop it, drive over it, throw it in the water. It'll always work.
So, did I ever tell you
Please don't do those things, though.
Did I ever tell you about the really, really nice broadside that I got from Kelly at the first convention we ever went to?
It was my first, super expensive, ridiculous mech that I didn't need.
You remember seeing my Black Dodger ham, right?
Yes.
At the convention?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kelly decided to drop it in a parking lot and then reverse over it.
Cool.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Wait, I think I remember this story.
Yeah.
So it used to be an Admiral Nasty. Now
Nash?
it's an Admiral Smashed.
Yeah.
It was just a Nash, not a Nash T.
Okay.
But now it's the Smashed.
Cool.
It still works. But, I mean, I just don't use it because I like my Doom X better.
Now, how I probably wouldn't recommend driving over an atom.
I mean,
No.
you really shouldn't drive over any of your mods if you can help it. Like, just don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, yeah,
back to the Viking.
Back to the bike. So he's been busting our balls for months and months and months to remake this in a 21-700. Well, like I said, we have the Dooms. They do really well. There was really no point in re-releasing the Aftermath as a bottom fire.
Yeah.
So weeks and weeks and weeks of bullshitting and arguing and fighting and trying to figure out what we were going to do, we decided to try to make the Aftermath side fire. And so, all said and done, fighting, arguing. I mean, if you guys have not seen me and Ariel in a room together, we do not play nice. So, this is why the Viking has the lines, the taper, and lines at the top.
So I never noticed the lines before. Tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
So, our buddy Ameth here would like to know, how come there's not more copper versions of mechs being made by Immortal?
So the lack of copper kind of started with the Siege. The Siege was not possible to be made in copper.
Just because of the shape of it?
The shape of it, the taper, the way the clip actually recessed into the mod, it just was not going to be feasible.
Makes sense.
That being said, we did the Doom X in a copper. And then obviously the Atom didn't really need copper.
Yeah.
You know, it was supposed to be, you know, and it is a really inexpensive, light, everyday carry mod. Copper would have been too soft, and you know, for it to be an everyday mod, it would have been damaged really, really quickly. And then so we just kind of rolled with it. We just stopped doing copper. Inherently, over the existence of the company, copper sells about 75% less than brass does.
Wow.
I know everybody's, I want copper, I want copper, I want copper. But that's only 25% of the marketplace. A lot of people hate the smell of copper. They hate having to clean copper. Regardless if it's coated copper, you know, people still get that smell that they can't stand. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I'm in a machine shop all day long. I smell copper, oil, grease, brake clean. We have brake clean fights in the warehouse with each other. I mean, so it doesn't bother me. But we just kind of stopped doing copper. It kind of fell into place. You know, there's no reason behind it. It's not like we're not doing copper anymore. But it's not a feasible option, really. You know, like I said, it sells 25% less than brass. So if you get 100 brass and 100 copper, you're going to sell those 100 brass, or at least 75 brass, before you sell 25 copper.
Is copper more expensive?
Copper is more expensive, but that's really not the reason.
Right. Well, I mean, like, as a consumer.
No, because it's usually pennies. Like,
okay.
it's literally like if you have a $100 brass mod, you maybe have a $120 copper mod.
Okay.
So it's not really that being the reason.
Makes sense.
It's, you know, it's just hard. It seems like we can judge the market all the time, but when it comes down to copper, it just doesn't seem to always play out.
Now, with most of the mechs, when you're putting on your RDA, do you have any recommendations? Because, like, if you can see, I score mine most of the time without trying to. And I know that's the thing that a lot of people hate because that happens.
And that's any Mac.
Oh yeah, I mean it's gonna be.
That's literally any Mac. Oh yeah, prototype deck. So yeah, always when you put your RDA on, set it in there, reverse, and you'll hear it. You'll just literally feel it click.
Yeah.
And then thread it in. The problem is people normally they start turning right away.
Yeah.
Like before they even have the 510 in the hole, they start turning. And that's why it scores. You can literally set it in there and it'll sit. There's no need to turn it before you're actually starting to do anything.
I meant like around the edge right here where the RDA meets.
Oh. Yes. But you're going to have a gap.
The little plastic like washers or...
Those work, but you can also, thread your battery on or leave your RDA a little loose and then tighten your battery.
Yeah, that's what I did with the Bang.
Yeah.
A tiny little gap in there.
So what made you decide to make mechs?
Well,
mods in general.
That was Ariel. So go back a long time. I've known Ariel since I was 12. My dad ran a festival in town here, and every week it was like an arts and crafts festival, street party thing that they did once a week downtown. And Ariel and his friend had a business together, so they would come and set up a booth, and we would just kind of hang out. We did some like tournament events and stuff like that. So years down the road, we didn't continue to talk or anything. I was still just a kid. He was in his 20s. So lo and behold, I end up meeting my fiance and I start vaping. Then I move from where I was living to Daytona Beach. And when I was living in Daytona, I met up with a guy at a vape shop that he was the exclusive distributor for a juice line that's no longer around. So I kind of hustled him into letting me run the distribution center. And out of that came Florida Vapor Supply. So there was a convention in Orlando within my first 3 months of being in business. And I walked through the door and there's Ariel behind the Armageddon booth selling Apocalypse RDAs. I literally walked up to him. I go, "What the are you doing here?"
You can curse them. It's okay.
Oh, I can. Okay, cool.
We're all adults here.
Well, you never know.
Just don't wave any guns around while we're on the video.
You
can't wave guns around. YouTube frowns on that.
Well, it's YouTube. They might change the rules tomorrow.
You never know. It's possible.
Yeah. Like Batman having to delete all his videos.
There's a lot of people like Thick Nick got all of his deleted for him.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So yeah, I walked in there and he's sitting there behind the Armageddon booth hustling RDAs. And that was it. I told him, I was like, well, I've got this company. I drive the entire state of Florida and Georgia. Give me some RDAs. Let me see what I can do. He did. That was let's see. I think it was October, November 2016. And June of 2017, I was moving back down to Stewart and taking over his office. Like literally taking over his office. I moved desks around. I moved people around, and I was like, this is my desk, and this is the way it's been since then.
I know, and you have my desk right next to you, ready for when I come down.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's literally, it's been no thought, no planning, no, this is how it's going to play out, and this is what's going to happen. It all just kind of tick, fell into place.
Nice.
We didn't know we'd be working with each other. We had no plans on working with each other. It just kind of happened.
That's awesome.
And I got the opportunity to move back home, back to where I grew up, where I was raised, and everything just kind of worked out. So I'm happy. He's happy. We have another business going, which is Armageddon Automotive. So he's kind of
beautiful trucks on there.
It's definitely cool. So he's kind of moving a little bit over there, spending a lot of time over there. I've got things kind of handled over here, and we switch back and forth all the time because I'm really good with the books and bookkeeping and organization, and he's an idea guy. I mean, everything you see that comes out of our camp is out of his head.
Nice.
Everything. I mean, I might put fine details on it. Our engineer might put other fine details on it. Our packing guy, James, put some details on it. Our team members put some ideas into play. But always, it comes out of Ariel's head.
That's awesome.
Yep. We don't look at other mods. We don't even think of what anybody else is doing or has done or has tried to do. We literally sit down in an office and lock the door with our engineer for 14 hours. And by the time we come out, we're bloody, mad, angry.
Makes sense.
We're done. And then, 2 or 3 weeks later, you guys have an awesome mech or an RDA.
I haven't met an Immortal product or an Armageddon product that I didn't just love, honestly.
Thank you.
I did.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Open your mouth. Let's hear it.
My only issue with it was the weight. The grenade.
The grip?
Yeah.
The grenade?
Yeah, the grenade.
Why?
I didn't like how heavy it was.
Your bang is actually 0.1 grams heavier.
I know, and that's what's the hilarious thing about it. Because I pulled that out the other day. I wasn't vaping on it, but I just pulled it out and I was looking at it, and I was like, it weighs the fucking same shit. But that was my only issue with it. Other than that,
how is that an issue?
It's really not.
It's not. That's the thing.
So what's your problem?
Many things in life. There's not enough time.
Okay.
You should know this by now. You talk to me a lot.
So you have no complaints?
No.
No.
Okay.
Bust your balls.
See?
He didn't want you to get a big head. That's what
We ended that quickly.
Yeah, jerk.
I mean, I love everything from the product itself to the packaging. But I mean, I'm very much a rock and roll kind of girl. So when you see stuff that's, it just looks like a heavy metal band to me.
I mean, and then you have your redemption.
Yeah.
I just like how the packaging looks.
Now, is there anything new in the works that we should be looking forward to besides the Viking that's just got launched?
There's nothing at the given moment. It kind of fell into place that the Atom Batch 2 and the Viking were literally back to back. So we kind of stepped the Viking up a little bit just because of everything that's kind of going on with the industry and this coronavirus crap and all of it. This was not supposed to be released until June.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But so we kind of just stepped it up a little bit. Our team members can tell you they had no pre-warning.
So now you told me about something that I thought was pretty cool about some adapters you're making.
Not making them. I looked into possibly purchasing from a manufacturer some regulated flashlight adapters as a contingency plan.
Yeah.
But I don't think, and I hope to not have to use that.
I mean, I know Nick would be in love with that because his first mod had a flashlight on it, and that was like his favorite thing in the world. He used to like tell people like, "Look at my mod; it has a flashlight." You know, like.
Yeah.
And then that was my excuse for taking the mods into the customer's houses. You know, I'll be working underneath the sink. You'll see. I remember one time I was working, wasn't paying attention, hit my mod while I was underneath the sink, and the customer was right there. She's like, "Oh my god. Is everything okay down there?" I was like, "Oh yeah, just soldering some stuff right there." She's like, "That's the best smelling solder. Where did you get it from?" No, it was a special plumbing store down the road.
So, since you brought it up, how is the business going with everything going on?
Honeydew?
Yeah.
Lots of little jobs, or I should say lots of little jobs. Enough to keep me kind of busy.
Okay.
Some of them we kind of not milk out. We base everything off of set pay.
Yeah.
He does old lady pricing.
Yeah, I don't do.
So you bid the job up front and hope that you're not upset at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's one job that we went upside down on, and it was, remember that big paint job I was showing you?
Mm-hmm.
We were upside down on that because of the fucking trim, because of how many coats we had to put on that. But we had another job down in a small little town called Wheeling, and that lady fell in love with us. Loves the personality, loves the fact that I gave good pricing, said I was cute, and I reminded her of her dead husband.
Oh, sucky now.
Right. But see, that's the thing. A lot of our customers aren't like you and me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the customers are the women and the men in their 50s and 70s and 80s. Just because they get screwed over by everybody, and then I feel bad. So the one I'm Wheeling, she hired her daughter's boyfriend to come and mud a closet ceiling, paint the entire closet, paint a bedroom, like floor to ceiling, and paint the basement floor. The guy charged her $1,100. Never came and did anything besides some shitty mud work on the ceiling.
Did you see what John just posted?
So you're dead to her?
I must have the corona then.
I mean,
How are people taking the corona precautions with you going into their homes?
Most of them are fine with it, honestly.
Doesn't bother them. They don't even think about it.
No.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The over here in Weirton, they actually have it drive-through testing facility over at the hospital, and I went and got tested just because the fact with Kelly with the lupus, she's more susceptible to it, and with me going out into customers' houses, people I have no idea who the fuck they are.
Yep.
That I went and got tested for it. The results came back. I'm negative.
And I don't leave the house, so I'm probably negative.
Yeah. But there's worry, but not too much. Like nowadays, people won't shake my hand anymore.
Yeah.
They're like, we can do the Corona shake, and they'll like do elbow to elbow. That's like, okay.
We do have some masks being made for us that,
Yes.
he can take with him. So if someone wants to have that extra precaution, he can be a little bit more protective,
And a couple of the houses that we've been working on are completely empty, so I don't really have anything.
I did see that when I talked to you that one day. There was nobody there.
Yeah, a lot of the customers seem to like me and trust me enough to where they'll literally give me the key to their house and they'll be like, "Go for it, do whatever you need to do." Like the wheeling job, the old lady unfortunately was bedridden, so she was there the entire time. But I only went down to the room to talk to her when I was letting her know the different things were completed.
Mm-hmm.
Drywall job that I did yesterday. The mom was gone and the son was at work. The guy I went to today, unfortunately, was home.
He's very, very touchy. He likes to touch Nick.
So he got the nickname. We'll call him Bill.
Wild Bill?
No, he got the nickname Creepy Bill. So I was replacing an outlet in his basement, and I had my arms raised up. Well, like most of the shirts, when you're tall, your belly comes out, and me being fat doesn't help the situation at all. Well, the guy came over and rubbed my stomach. And like I jumped back, smacked my head on one of the damn joists, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "You had something on you." I was like, "Okay, don't do that again, please." And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem." And I go back to wiring in the outlet. The breakers, the circuit's live, so I mean, I'm doing it, and the guy comes over and literally does it again, and I jump, but I didn't let go of the wires this time, so I shocked the fuck out of myself. And I was like, I'm done. I'm not coming back to your house. Fuck it. Well, guess what? With steel building being closed and Honeydew trying to open back up because we need money to pay bills.
You went back.
Yeah.
Why don't you take your shirt off this time?
I told him. I said, you know what? Tell him it's going to be $100 for each belly rub.
Yep. And he would have paid it too.
I mean,
he would have paid it.
We could be eating steak.
Limitations in my life, honestly.
Hey,
that is one of them.
$20 is $20, bro.
We're not at that point yet, man. Soon, but not at that point yet. And it's like today. He rubbed my back when I was bent over trying to get some plumbing shit done. And I stood up. I was like, look. I go, if you touch me again, I go, your price will go up to $1,700 for me to put in this goddamn faucet for you. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah, don't. Just no touchy. And the guy's like, you wouldn't do that to me. I was like, dude, and if you don't pay, I go, I will come and I will rip everything out. You gave me a key to your house. I will take all my shit out. And I will make sure I get my $1,700 worth of stuff. I have a signed contract from you. And his wife was standing right there. And she's like, Bill, leave Nick alone. He doesn't want to play with you. And it's like, looking at the wife, it's like, the fuck?
Just saying, $100 belly rub. Cash up front.
Yep.
No.
Just consider it. Consider that.
Like I said, I have some morals and some standards.
It's just a belly. It's not like he's asking to stick a finger in your butthole. Like, he just wants to rub your belly.
That is an exit, young lady.
That's what I'm saying. Tell him fingers in the butthole are like $500.
I mean, and the fucked up thing is that the guy has a shit ton of projects that he wants done. So it's like, do I say yes to them and risk getting technically molested? Or do I say no to them and miss out on decent jobs?
$20 is $20, bro.
Yeah. There's one job I'm going to tomorrow to give a quote to. The lady lives 2.5 hours away from me. And the whole reason I got suckered into it is she needs a screen door installed. A screen door.
The old one taken off and a new one put on.
Okay.
You know what the price was the guys gave her for just the labor to do it?
$600.
Yeah, literally $600.
I know.
And it's like, no, fuck that. And the lady's like, well, I know you and I've heard about you and you've done work for me when I used to live in Steubenville. So would you mind coming up and looking at it? It's like, sure. That's the whole reason Honeydew got open, was so that way we could prevent people taking advantage of the old customers or older people. And it pisses me off. And it's stupid.
It's crazy.
So what did you do before you were in the vape industry?
Came back to you.
If you can't say, that's allowed too. You can say, I can't say.
Well, right before,
Yeah.
Sure.
because I've done a lot. But right before, I actually worked for a national race car team, and we traveled all around the U.S., which is actually it's a HSR, which is historic racing circuit, and we traveled all over the place, all over the world, all over the U.S. But the only problem with that is I was on a schedule for wintertime, which is the southeastern region of the circuit. So wintertime is, usually kicks off January, February, March, and then they go north, and then they come back south for October, November, December. And it kind of sucked because those were the only times of the year I worked. So it was like, all right, when I started doing the vape stuff, it was literally in my downtime. And it literally turned into a full-time gig, and they called me to start working again, and I was like, I can't.
Do you miss it?
So now, I have talked Ariel into sponsoring my friend's race team, which is Group 44 Racing, or ECC Motorsports.
Nice.
And that's Adam Andretti on the left, AJ Hendrickson on the right, or left, right, left. You can see the names. So we sponsor this car. We sponsor... I don't know where it went. I lost it. The new car pictures somewhere. We have another new car. And so we sponsor those. So anytime they're in Florida, either Miami, Daytona, or Sebring, we go support them, hang out, and get treated like a sponsor.
Nice.
So it's cool. I still get to do it a little bit. I'm slowly trying to get Ariel into doing it.
Now, do you think that Armageddon or Automotive would ever maybe build a race car or get into it like that?
Actually, right now we're working on a Chevy 1500 step side with a 78 millimeter turbo. That's going to be a drag car.
Nice.
It's just a fun project, nothing serious. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like Ariel bought this, and then he bought this, and now we're taking these two things and going to make one. Bugs. So.
You're in Florida. You have flying everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's everything.
Everything flies.
We got 2 questions in the chat for you. I don't think we've.
All right. Go ahead.
Matt Page wants you to make a side fire stacked Wolverine.
That would kind of be hard, just because it's literally only a body change from what you have in the Viking.
Could you make an adapter like what you had the bat extension?
Yeah, you could. We caught a lot of shit for the Wolverine. Just because of the way the lines were, and they were like, oh, you copied so-and-so, they did the same thing with the jab, and that's not the case. So it's kind of hard to revert back to something that somebody was like, oh, they did this. Like when we did we did something else. And somebody was like, oh, they copied so-and-so. Well, no, we actually copied ourselves. And they're the ones that actually copied us. And then we just reverted back to what we did originally.
I mean, I'm just going to say there's only so many things you can do with the tube mod.
Very true. Very
Like,
true.
I mean, I don't want to be that person, but like,
Yep.
you can't really do a whole hell of a lot of things. Eventually, people are going to start making things that are similar,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're all grown up, so we can all play nice together. And I think more people should play nice.
And you know what the cool part is? And you know, talk about playing nice and feuding and stuff like that. Me and David Gunn talk all the time. Me and Lindsay talk all the time. Me and Leon used to talk all the time until he went over to Europe. So Facebook? Yeah, but no, like we would talk because of ordering or exchanging products or that, you know what I mean? So then we would have long, drawn out conversations. So the feuds are not really built around us. The feuds normally originate from the community or people in support. And that's the weird thing, is they don't stem from us.
I mean, I can say we were in between you guys and Purge in Florida, and it was just a big happy family. Like, we all got along. We all helped each other when help was needed. Like, it's just, you know, if there ever was an issue, I wouldn't have known it, because everyone was just, we were all just there trying to convert smokers and keep people off of cigarettes. Like,
we should have come down to see your shop when we were there.
We should have.
You would have had fun.
So much stuff planned for that trip.
I think we were down all the way to Cocoa Beach, and then back up again, and then back down there, and then back up again.
Yeah. And then I found out my dad was in Ocala the whole time.
And then my truck broke down coming back home.
Yeah, that was fun.
Now, where's the other question?
What is your idea, or what's your thoughts on the PMTA extension? It's now in
What
September.
extension?
Oh, they moved it to September now.
Yeah.
Huh?
A judge just approved it in Maryland. I don't have the stuff on hand, but from what I understood, we have until September or something.
Okay. And do you really think that they will honor that?
I don't know.
So put it this way. If you don't have anything filed prior to May, like you just say, oh, we got an extension, yay, we're not going to file nothing. Do you really think you're going to be the ones they pick if you file September?
Yeah. On March 30th, the FDA filed a motion in District of Maryland. I know what you're saying, and I get it 100%.
Yeah. No. I knew that it happened. Like, I knew that this had happened. But that's my feeling on it, is show me where they're actually going to say, well, technically you were supposed to file in May, but you didn't file anything until September.
Yeah.
Like, are they actually going to, because it's all up to their discretion. Like, none of this is set in stone. None of it literally says, if you do this, and this, you are approved.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, we filed our PMTAs, and we have no way in hell we're going to be able to pay for it, the testing of it.
Exactly.
But
So you already know you're done.
Yeah.
Like, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they call our number.
Yeah.
You know.
We filed in hoping the fact that the whole PMTA thing gets dropped. Just at that point, then at least we can say we made the first steps there,
Mm-hmm.
and if it follows through, and we, for the love of God, hope it doesn't, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we're
And that's where we're at also. You know, that's why we removed e-liquid off the website. You know, there's a few hit or miss bottles there of just stuff that we had a lot of.
Yeah.
Now,
But-
do the mods fall underneath PMTAs, don't they? Or is that still kind of a gray area?
It's weird. It's really, really weird because initial filing had no real lingo for mech mods. So back when we had to file 2 years ago, or is it been 2 years? I don't know.
It's about that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Remember the initial registration, like you're FDA registered?
Yeah.
So yeah, that there was no lingo in there for that. And there's still really no dead set lingo either.
Right.
Because truthfully, if you really dive down into it, and I'm going to be a YouTube lawyer right now and say that it's an unfinished product. So an ENDS product, an electronic nicotine delivery system, is a battery, a coil, a device to make those things work together.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, let's face it, there's no battery, there's no
Nothing.
coil. Adams. Yeah, how's yours drying?
Actually, pretty well.
Yeah, that's gonna be so sick. So that's a glow in the dark that he's using on that one. So you never know, there might be a new color released for the Atom.
Yeah, if this comes out pretty badass and it actually holds as well as I want it to.
That would be really cool.
Because the mixture of ingredients in order to do the color fill is not very simple. And it was not available in glow in the dark. So in order for me to make it took a little bit of time and energy and figuring out the mixtures and all that to get it to actually work. It's drying. It's getting dry. It's still a little tacky, so I'm kind of worried that it might stay tacky. But we'll see what happens. Huh?
Just spray it with some hairspray afterwards.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
But yeah, so going back to that PMTA thing, I mean, all of this is a crapshoot. I mean, literally, like, you want to bring up PMTA process, you want to bring up this. Let's bring it to the real world. Let's throw vape to the side here for a minute and bring up that PPP loan that the government's issuing for coronavirus.
Yeah, the $10,000 loan.
Yeah, so let's bring that up. It's a crock of shit. You are going to pay that money back. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
I had our accountant look at it. I had our attorney look at it. Unless you fall into every last little guideline that they have, you are not going to get the relief from it. You're not going to get it turned into a grant. On that aspect of it as well, if you took more money than what your payroll taxes are going to be at the end of the year, you're going to owe the difference. That's, let's say you did follow all the rules and you did get the tax relief. You still owe the difference. So bring it even more into perspective is, let's say I did follow all the rules and I did everything the government asked me to do, and I got the tax relief at the end of the year and they turned it into a grant. Well, what if I don't have the money to pay my taxes at the end of the year because it was such a shit quarter? Let's say, the second quarter of the year is my big money quarter for my business. Well, now I'm done, like done. I had a good first quarter. I had a shit second quarter, which is normally my best quarter. And then my third and my fourth were eh. So now I don't have money to pay my taxes. So now what? Bring it back to the PMTA process. I did everything they asked me to do. I registered when they told me to register. I filed when they told me to file. I did everything the PMTA process told me to do. But now I don't have the money to pay for the $100,000 per product or whatever the hell they're asking for now. So now what? I did everything you told me to do. But because 2020, the beginning of 2020 was such a shit year, I don't have the money to pay you. What are you going to do for me?
Nothing, like always.
So now you have an example from the vape world and regular Joe Schmo everyday
Right.
person. I see the same issue. Exactly the same issue. Now, is that because we have a shit president, or do we have a really good president? You can't really judge until it's all over.
Yeah.
When it's all over, it's too late.
Yeah.
Because we vote in November. Okay, so PMTAs are September. I don't think this will be over by September. So what, are we going to get another 120 days? And why do they keep using this 120 days?
Yeah.
They used 120 days for the PMTA process. They used 120 days for this coronavirus shit. What's happening in 120 days from now?
That's a good question.
My birthday?
No, Kayla. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I haven't done the math.
I mean, it's April. My birthday's in July. That's in 3 months.
Yeah, no, but 120 days is technically September-ish, August, September-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's really nothing that happens in August and September other than Florida getting really, really, really fucking hot.
Yeah.
We get hot up here too.
Yeah, it does.
We get the dry heat.
I'd take the dry heat over this fucking shit.
Hey, dude, I grew up in Houston. I get it.
But your mom still won't come visit, honey, because it's too cold.
I know, right?
Yeah, my sister just moved down from Ohio. I'm so excited.
Oh, so now we're never gonna get to get your ass up here.
Yep, she literally came down. She'll be here this weekend.
Nice.
Yep.
You could come visit the puppies.
I could, but I'll probably end up coming home with one.
Well, you can't take ours home. Just saying. They're ours. They're stuck here.
So if
You could take a rat. Okay.
So yeah, what's
So Papa says if the PMTA is dropped, then New York is effective permanently because their law states unless approved flavors.
Oh, that's a good point, John.
Which that would really suck.
Yeah, that would. And you guys know Florida's under we're under our own fire bullshit right now too.
Yeah.
The SB 810.
Mm-hmm.
And there's literally nothing we can do about it.
That sucks.
I mean, other than beg, plead, get on your knees. $20 is $20 to Governor DeSantis, and hopefully he doesn't sign it.
has he been pretty cool with all the everything going on so far?
All right, so just to put it all out on the table, I'm a registered Democrat, but I am a very straight, what is right is what is right. I don't give a shit about the extremist bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm right down the middle. You know, I'm a registered Democrat because the way Florida is, it's usually better to be a registered Democrat than it is to be a registered Republican because we're normally under Republican rule, and a lot of the local governments are Democratic governments. So like our city council and all that. So locally, you kind of want to have a hand in your local government when you already know everything's going to happen the way it's going to happen nationally and and statewide. So yeah, so John, that's what John just said right there. The We Vape, We Vote 2020. Send the pics. Nick Orlando heads up Florida Smoke Free. Amazing guy. We talk all the time. He's got a lobbyist that is a good friend of mine, and he's up in Tallahassee, and he does a really good job.
That's good.
So Nick and him work together really closely, and then I work with him on some other things that we're involved in as well, directly with the state attorney general and some other stuff. So Nick kind of handles the Florida Smoke Free stuff, and then I took it upon myself, me and Ariel, to kind of handle some things separately with the lobbyist, more on the Florida enforcement level, directly with the attorney general, just because there's been some issues and things, oversight stuff.
Okay.
Where they're, certain local governments have been trying to do some things that they're not able to do.
That's everywhere.
Yeah, and we nipped it in the bud. I mean, we're doing a decent job. He's a really good guy. Nick is a beast when it comes to.
He was a really nice guy when we met him in Florida.
Yeah.
Like, he was a really sweet guy. Like, he made a point to come over to our booth and shake our hand and introduce himself. And, if you need anything, let me know. And
Nick Orlando for City Council 2022.
Dude, the whole Florida Expo was absolutely amazing.
Wasn't it?
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I wish that there had been a few more people there, but at the same time, dude, all the business people that were there, not counting the consumers, we were all just friends hanging out and having a good fucking time.
We had a blast.
It was like going to a party.
Yeah.
A weekend, but not like one of those obnoxious parties where you want to leave 15 minutes after you get there.
Well, we got blessed because literally days before we're getting ready to pack up and go, I get a phone call that there is a massive car show happening outside of the convention center.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we brought both companies down, 4 vehicles, 2
And they had this
trailers.
speaker competition too. That was fun.
Yep.
I had to stay inside for that.
That was a badass time. We had a lot of fun.
That was the last time I saw Ariel, not Houston.
Yeah, it was Orlando, Tampa.
Yeah. The whole 2 seconds I saw him there.
Yeah. Car show life.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. This PMTA process, New York falling, Florida literally in one man's hand. Like it's insane that all of this could crash by one guy.
Yeah.
Now, if Florida falls, obviously your shop would get closed. Your retail store.
The retail store would probably close. We are beneficial because we do have dual licensing. So we will find a way. I mean, we definitely will find a way.
Would it affect the manufacturing side of it for the mods?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't care what they do. They can't. They can't touch it.
Good.
They would physically have to come in to do anything, but I don't think they could.
Good, because I like your shit.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's literally an open manufacturing license. I mean, they can have me shut down the website, but that's not going to stop anything.
That's okay. All your stuff is eventually going to get put on my site too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you want to play this game? Like, we can play chess. You know what I mean? Like, you go here, I go there. You go there, I go here. Like, we can do that all day long.
Yeah.
Now, do y'all still follow the rules though of not shipping to New York or Massachusetts, or do y'all say fuck it like we do?
I'll put it this way. I have not currently had any issues with any of shipping due to coronavirus to any state or country. Florida Vapor Supply does not ship anything. They never have, and they never will. Armageddon Manufacturing, the manufacturing company that is located at 3170 Southeast Dominica Terrace, Apartment B, is my shipping facility.
That explains why it takes so long to get stuff.
Yeah. So they do all the shipping. So yeah. They are the ones with the shipping shipping accounts and all that. So that's how I do it. I protect myself.
You have to
protect Ariel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do what I can. My day is running numbers, reading rules, reading bills. That's what I do. That's what I've always done. I look deep into all the bullshit. I don't watch the news. I'd rather figure it out myself.
The news is a horrible thing to watch. It makes me depressed.
Well, if I see something come across Facebook, just because, I'm checking up on the team members or, checking up on, quality of content in the groups, and I see something, I'll immediately screenshot it, put it on my phone up against my computer, and I'll start digging. And I'll dig. And I'll dig for hours. And Ariel comes into my office and says, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll tell you later."
Right.
And when I'm done, I'll literally have a stack of paper and I'll be like, "Here."
I mean, it is good that you're digging, though. It is. A lot of people, they just go, "Well, this is what I heard."
Yep.
It's important to do the research and make sure that you're actually understanding what's happening.
Well, a lot of times I'll do this is what I've heard, and then I'll sit there and think about it, and I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense, what I heard. And then I'll be like, do you have a refrigerator in your office?
Yep, filled with
You
water.
are fat.
It's filled with water, asshole. But my nipple got stuck down. No, so when we closed our shop, I wasn't gonna get rid of the mini fridge, dude. We paid $45 for it.
Yeah.
Brand new, no issues. There was a little shop in the town for secondhand appliances. The person bought it, didn't want it, sold it to them, so they just turned around and sold it. It's like, fuck it. But yeah, it's filled with only water.
Water.
Just water.
So yeah, I mean that's my take on it. Like I said, I mean I guess I'm weird because I can't trust any of it because there's been so much back and forth and I mean this is not what I see in the media or social media. Like this is what I read.
Yeah.
There's been so much back and forth with PMTAs, with this coronavirus stuff, with New York falling at 3 a.m. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Come on. Like, they can wake up and say, we're going to fuck you today. And they're going to do it. And you won't have a clue.
Do you ever have a worry like that about Florida?
Every day.
I think if you're not worried, you're wrong. Like, I think everyone should be a little bit afraid.
Every day when I wake up, I'm like, is it going to fall today?
Yeah.
Like, I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. And
which is weird.
I can't. That's when my brain starts going. I'm literally working from 4:30 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night.
Wow.
You go to bed at 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
Well, that's past your bedtime.
I know.
Sorry. You're old. Holy shit.
No.
He's not old.
It's how.
He's a hard-working man.
My brain works. I'm literally up early in the morning and I start working.
Yeah.
I'm either talking to customers in Korea or Japan, or you know what I mean? Like I'm fucking wrecked.
You don't like rats?
It just caught me off guard.
He's special. He demands that I like. He'll start chewing at the glass to try to
Is
get
that the
out.
retarded one?
No,
Oh.
this is my chalupa. He's my buddy.
Oh.
And he'll start chewing on glass because he wants to come sit on my shoulder.
Oh, I got
The retarded one, are you talking about the one that we showed you when we video chatted and walked around the house and showed you all the animals?
Yeah.
That one died.
Did you feed it to the snake?
No, it got a respiratory infection.
Did you actually go have it tested for a respiratory infection?
No, the symptoms were there.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's certain things like when their eyes start pretty much like they bleed from the eyes.
Yeah.
But we do have one in there. I think you remember Juan.
Yeah.
One
Juan with one eye.
one eye. What is with that ear? Why are you sniffing it too?
So yeah.
Clean it.
But where I was going with that, you know, it's crazy. I can't not think about all those things that literally we could wake up and everything change.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because we haven't dealt with this as a society, I mean, until 2019. Coronavirus, the looming fear of PMTA was real, but the actual falling of states and governors actually taking power and saying no in our lifetime hasn't happened.
Right.
Now you go to my parents or your parents, they know that. They've seen it. They lived through it. But I think anybody under 45 or 50 hasn't seen that.
So you haven't seen it yet?
How old are you?
36.
Are you really?
I was gonna correct you, but you did just have a birthday.
Nah. But yeah, I mean, you none of us have really experienced or any of this overwhelming power of these people that we put there. And, we didn't really know what the possibilities were until now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with that,
I mean,
I'll drop the subject just because I could go on all night long.
New York pissed me off with their new law about, that now they can euthanize animals that have been in the shelter for too long.
Yeah.
And because they said that the animal is stressed and needs to be put down because it's stressed. And my thought is, if you put anyone in a cage for 24 hours, they're going to be stressed, whether it's a person or a pet. Like they're going to get stressed. That's kind of
was that in the budget as well?
It was a new thing that just happened within the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So was it part of that same 2021 budget that they passed?
I think so, but I'm not 100% on it. But it drove me nuts because I mean, if as a human, if I were locked up in a cage for 24 hours, I'm going to be stressed. So does that mean that you could put down men and women who have been in the prison system?
I mean, if you think about it, it could save us a lot of money.
It could, but at the same time, it's not right.
No. There's many things that we do in the U.S. that aren't right, though, too.
Yeah. Why are you making so many noises?
32? 34?
I don't even know anymore.
I remember we talked about it when we sat outside at the hotel.
To be honest, something like that.
Yeah, he got to snuggle Velez. Sort of.
Yeah.
Wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Velez just wanted love.
But yeah, so I mean, it's crazy that they can do. I mean, you think of like the 2021 budget, right? It's crazy that they can lump all this other shit in there.
Yeah.
Like, now it's okay to euthanize dogs if they're in a shelter for too long. Oh, it's okay to ban vaping. Oh, it's okay to give the governor and the mayor a massive raise.
Well,
all in the same vote.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like with the remember how we do the 15% of the humane societies?
Yeah.
And we'll go out and we'll sponsor certain dogs. Well, we found out that a couple of the facilities that we were sponsoring, even after we sponsor the dogs, technically they're sold, so they're not allowed to euthanize them. They were still going around and euthanizing them.
Oof.
So we pulled out of those facilities and we put them on blast. Because it's just like, no, that's not right. But it's just like everything else, though. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I don't understand it, and I don't think I ever will, on how they can do certain things like that.
You should run for governor of Florida.
Right? Too bad they don't hire criminals.
Trump.
Well, politicians lie, so just saying.
No, but I was joking. That could be bad. This is YouTube, you know. Like it might run like wildfire. Just kidding, guys.
Well,
We might get some views, though.
You know that you were transsexual?
No, okay,
Transgender, sorry.
just.
What do you think?
Can we cut that part out?
I can edit it later on, but I'm probably not going to.
Dang.
What are you freaking out about?
That's what you get for calling me fat, jerk.
But yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. Whatever's going to happen is how it's going to happen. You know, maybe there's a reason why New York fell. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a reason why the bill is still sitting on the governor's desk.
I mean, hopefully he's smart enough to realize that he's going to have a lot of pissed off people if he actually passes that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even if he does realize it, he could be like Kumo. So what?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the downside of it.
It could be, you know, I usually like to look at the positives on things, you know. There's a reason why all this is happening.
Yes.
There's a reason why coronavirus is spread the way it's spread. There's a reason why all this is happening.
Are you really hand water feeding?
Shut up.
Um,
I love my babies. You know that.
hopefully it all comes out to light sooner than later. You know, is the government hiding something? You know, is there something actually going on that we don't know about?
Probably.
You know, is there an oil crisis that we don't know about?
I mean, gas is cheap as fuck right now.
You know why? Do you really know why?
No, that's why I looked at you.
Okay. So I don't know details. Like I said, I've been overwhelmed with all this other stuff. PMTAs, coronavirus. Are we working? Are we not working? Are we essential? Are we not essential? But there's been an issue with the oil trade involving Russia, Saudi Arabia, and the U.S. Apparently, it is under my understanding that Saudi Arabia tried to discount oil prices so low that it would hurt Russia and or us. And apparently Trump went and bought a whole bunch of oil from them.
Makes sense.
And that's kind of why we're in the situation that we're in. Now, this all happened during coronavirus in China.
Yeah.
So we did see a little bit of it. You know what I mean? Like there was a little bit of it on the news. But something else is going on that we are not privy to.
Like what are your prices down there right now?
Don't even know. I have a 1 mile commute to work. I don't get gas.
Ours are, depending on how far you want to drive. If you want to drive like 20 miles, it ranges from $1.69 to $1.44.
We're probably right around there.
Which I haven't seen.
This weekend, I'll tell you for sure, because I'm driving to Daytona to pick up my motorcycle. So,
did you ever get your new truck?
I did.
You didn't show me.
I didn't?
No.
Dude, I haven't talked to you in like 2 weeks. Like, you've been working your ass off. Like we usually. Yeah.
He's left me here to talk to rats.
But yeah, I went and traded in the Cadillac for a 2019 Dodge Ram 1500.
Ooh, did you get the, what is it, 11.1 or 10.1 inch screen in there?
No, I got the 3 or the 5 inch screen.
Okay.
But I'm gonna replace it with the Tesla screen.
See, I'm thinking about doing that to the Cadillac.
The Phoenix Automotive Tesla screen for the Cadillac fits perfect.
Okay.
But they do have some glitch.
Anything major?
No. Just like when you like turn it on, like it'll flash.
Yeah. Okay.
People bitch.
So Will says he's going to run for president. I told him I'd only vote for him if he held Big Sally. He's deathly afraid of snakes. So if he holds my giant python, then I'd vote for him. Right one.
Did I tell you that Will got injured in a car accident about 2 years ago?
No.
That's why he's, special.
Oh, they didn't cut his dick off?
No, unfortunately.
It's not that big.
Well, so when he got, where was I going with that?
I don't know.
Shit. Oh, well, when he got injured in the car accident, he had a metal rod put in his leg. So he was over at the shop one day, way after the surgery, way after he's fully rehabilitated.
Yeah.
And Kelly had Annie, our small little California king snake out. He's sitting there talking to me across the counter. I see Kelly out the corner of my eye walking towards him. Kelly gets about that far away from Will, and I have never seen an old man run as fast as he did to the door.
And I mean, my California king snake her head is probably about the size of a quarter. So she's not like super scary. She's long, but her head isn't big enough to do any damage. He ran far and fast. It was hilarious. Why didn't we record that?
Right.
What? Okay.
But I can't wait to get my hands on a Viking.
Yeah. When are you gonna do it?
I'm gonna place the order. Do you have the black ones up for pre-sale?
Yep.
Place the order tonight.
Okay.
Want me one? When are they ready?
Friday or Monday. Cross your fingers.
Friday or Monday?
Yeah.
So if they're ready Friday, you're gonna overnight it to me, right? Saturday delivery, because you love me.
If you pay for it.
Shut up, Kelly.
I'm just saying, friends don't ask friends for discounts.
That's like a $40 situation.
No, it's fucking retarded.
Dude, shipping, like customers, some customers bitch about our shipping costs.
Dude, they bitched at us for having $8 flat rate.
Okay, so I do priority shipping.
Yeah, same here.
And everything I ship is primarily priority. Now I did most recently offer a express option for anything under a mod.
Under a mod?
So if it's not a mod, it's not the weight of a mod. So it's basically my lightest mod, which would technically be my atom. So anything lighter than an atom can go in a first class package.
Okay.
For $5.
Damn.
When first class is normally $3.
Yeah.
And so for that, I put extra insurance on it because I don't trust the post office.
I mean, how many times did I send you fucking juice?
Like 3. And I never got it.
You did the last time.
I did. Well, obviously the last time I would have got it. Or else it wouldn't have been the last time.
Exactly.
Yo, it would have been the last time.
It was going to be the last time no matter what. Nick
Nick would have hopped in the truck and drove it down here.
I was pissed. I got home. I was like, fucking sending Matt another goddamn package. She's like, why? I was like, I didn't fucking make it there. And then, next time, sending Matt another package. And she's like, oh, he's placing an order. I was like, no, only 2 of the fucking liquids made it there this time. So I was pissed.
He was like, I'm not sending him anything else. If he doesn't get it, then I guess I'll never get it. I'm like, okay.
So, but yeah.
But no, I will be placing an order tonight for that mod. So
Okay. Well, why don't you just not do that and just call me tomorrow?
I can do that too.
Yeah.
At some point in between jobs.
I have a 2-hour drive, so I can call you then.
Yeah.
5-hour drive.
Or when I talk to Kelly tomorrow, just if she has the credit card, I can do it then.
I do. I have a wallet right here. I still don't have $10 in it, but
No, you see, if Texas Mama is still on here, see, she still won't give me my $10 she owes me.
you'll never get it.
The joke behind that is the way Kelly and I met was I was her sister's handyman. And she's like, well, just call Nick and he'll build your futon for you since you're having issues. And she's like, no, I'm an independent woman. I can do it myself. A couple of days went by, and guess what? She called my ass to come over there and build the futon for her.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, being the handyman that I am, I was like, well, I need you to sit on this to hold it in place for me, And she never paid me.
No.
But yeah, I still kept going back, bringing her coffee every morning. Jeez. Things
Just
I do.
saying.
But, so, are you running any kind of discounts or anything like that, or any specials on your site?
Yeah. So, any Immortal Modz mod or Immortal Modz RDA, you can use the coupon code Stay Safe. So it's just the word Stay Safe, one word, for 19% off.
Nice.
And then also, so that's for retail customers. For wholesale customers, distro customers, and retail customers, if you order any package over $200, you get a free titanium Vital RDA.
Ooh.
Which the Vital was the original replacement for the Apocalypse 24. So if you have Apocalypse 24 caps, they fit the Vital deck.
Okay. I'm writing all this down so we can put it in our Discord later.
Oh, okay.
Yep, we started a Discord today.
Oh, wow.
That way everyone will get all the deals that we have.
Yeah.
When does this run till?
I haven't set an end.
So
Probably when we all go back to work.
Okay.
is when I'll end it.
Makes sense.
Like ours, we have our code is stay at home.
Yeah. And then the free RDA, it runs until I run out.
Okay.
I got the corona.
Well, there you have it.
People don't like it when you make that joke when you're at a store. They get
No.
really pissed, especially at Lowe's. So, have you?
So, John has 4 OG Apocalypses. I think we need to talk him into getting a mod.
I think John does. I think
John uses a lot of rogue mods. He really likes his rogue mods. But I think we could convince him to get at least a grip because those are nice.
I think John needs to go grip because once you go grip, you don't go back.
Yep.
I don't think that's a saying.
It is a saying. I just made it a saying. It's a saying. I said it.
Or Viking.
I mean, Vikings are nice. But then, I mean, the Doom X, I'm still a fan.
It's all about the side fire.
You know, I was about that side fire life, and then I got this in my hands, and now this is where it lives.
I know. Your purple purge is up here with me.
I'm going to cut you.
You've been threatening me that for 5 or 6 years now, however long we've been together.
I don't know how long. I have to look at a calendar to figure that out.
Who was on the show that day?
A lot of people.
No. Who's our guest?
For the day that I said the...
Yeah, the 3 times that you said it, 3 different
I
guests.
don't know.
It was somebody that Nick had to call me and tell me.
Was it Elliot?
Maybe? It might have been Joey. I don't remember, honestly. I've said it a couple times and I regret saying it immediately after it comes out of my mouth because my words just come out too fast and I can't stop it. Because then my face goes red.
Her face got as red as the rescued behind her. But yeah, no, I mean, side fires, dude. Before yours, I rocked the Brizo.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. I still have my the white brass.
Oh, not the flattened one.
No, that was Kelly's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and honestly, until I got the grips, I was usually regulated in tanks. I mean, I rocked my Brizo, but nowhere near as hard as what I rocked the Immortal stuff.
Yeah, and then he fell in love with the grips and became like...
A whore for them.
Now he's a mech user.
I do have a really limited grip at the office.
Stop it.
You don't need all our money.
What's it look like? What's it look like?
Nick.
It's got a pirate skull on it.
Oh, heavens.
Oh, heavens.
Yeah.
The fuck did that come from?
I don't know. I was watching a lot of Fuller House today.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, my Lanta. There you go.
So, out of all your mods that y'all have come out with, what would you say your favorite one is?
That's like asking to pick a favorite kid. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's really hard.
I mean, I can see that. I mean, I have it hard between the grip and the bang.
Yeah.
I mean, that honestly, I do. I love the way the grip hits. I love the way the bang feels. Even
You know, I like the Atom because I don't give a shit what happens to it.
Yeah.
It clips onto my pants pocket.
You said the Viking does that now too, right?
It does. But the weight difference is significant.
Yeah.
Between the two. But I think Atom would be my number one and Viking would be my number two.
Okay.
I like my Doom X. And I like my grip. And I like my Purple Siege. Hey, I got it right. And I like the Diamond. Like, I like all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I like them all. I think the grip is my all-time favorite. I mean, I remember when I met you and Ariel over in Illinois.
Was it Illinois?
Yeah, it was the St. Louis showcase.
Yeah.
And that I remember I FaceTimed Kelly.
Is that when we did the 37 mod stack with the hammers?
I don't remember that.
When we fired it with our toe?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, we made a stack that it was 37 or 40 hammers tall.
God damn.
Wow.
And we would fire it with our toe.
Jesus
Okay.
Yeah.
We carry it around the show, like 8 of us.
Well, yeah, it would take a lot of people.
I still have my hammer. I need to get. I still haven't ordered the damn magnet.
Spring.
For between the two batteries?
Mm-hmm. Oh, between the two batteries.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like in the button.
No. That works.
Oh, because you're trying to put 30 Ts in there.
Yeah. So I gotta get that magnet.
Yeah. I forgot who makes it.
There was a cheap one you told me about.
Yeah, it's like Yandy Vape or somebody like that makes a really cheap one. They're like $1.
Yeah.
I think EV Cigarettes has it.
Yes, that's what it was. But yeah, no, I mean, it's... Every time we run into each other at a convention, I always bought a shit ton from you.
Yeah.
Kelly hated it.
He always tries to get the booth next to you because he just wants to talk to you all the time. Like, all the time.
Just so I can look at this shit and buy some more shit.
He can spend the weekend shopping.
I know. I think he spent more time at our booth in Pennsylvania than he did in yours.
Yeah. I think so, too.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it was. Even in Mohegan.
Yeah. But then in Tampa, he didn't have to. All he had to do was look.
Yep.
Yes. And that's why he enjoyed being next to you, because he could look over there.
Shit, that's why I was going to enjoy Mohegan also.
I know.
We're going to be sharing booths. I had everything right there in front of me.
So yeah, so you'll be able to get Immortal stuff on our website?
Yes, you will.
We can right now.
You can. You have an Atom up. We have an Atom up there now, and I will add some more stuff on there tonight.
Yep. And
He just rushed to get the Atom up there so I'd come on the show.
I'm not gonna lie, I did. It's like I got home today, and I looked at Kelly, and she's like, "Okay, so you want to eat dinner now?" I was like, "No, I gotta go put fucking an Atom on there or something on there real fast because I promised Matt I'd have something from Immortal on there. That's how I told her, how I got him to come on the show. I promised him I would." And she's like, "You'll understand. You've been busy." I was like, "No, I fucking promised him. I have to have something on there."
Yeah. So Kelly, tomorrow, my day's somewhat open.
okay.
Towards the mid-morning. Let's get that website fixed.
I don't do website stuff,
That's all me for the coding and everything.
but I take lots of notes.
Okay.
Give her all your ideas, and so the Viking
Mm-hmm.
that you were talking to me about, the
Mhm.
splatter,
Mm-hmm.
is that something that's going to come to tuition pretty soon, you think?
Friday or Monday.
Did you say
Okay.
come to tuition?
Come into
So-
tuition.
So
Wait.
we're doing Murdered Out. We're doing the white with red splatter, like what Kelly has on her Doom. We're doing a white and blue splatter, I believe. I kind of left the splatter up to my coding guy's mind. He kind of picks the colors. But I know for a fact I told him I wanted to do a Joker theme, which is a purple, green, and black.
Mm-hmm.
That gray Doom X, the gray with the green and blue splatter,
Yeah.
dude, those are beautiful.
Well, we're doing for this first batch. They're going to be limited to 5 units per color.
Oh wow,
Okay.
that's real limit.
So, but that's not to say I won't do more of that color if they do really well. But the first run is only 5 per.
All right, so you hear that, guys, on here. If you want one of those limited color runs for right now,
Yeah.
you have to be one of the first 5 customers to get them.
And so then we're doing like a teal and a pink splatter.
Ooh, that would be really pretty.
We're doing.
my money, Kelly.
Just add it to my bill.
We're doing a red base with a splatter. I kind of left it up to him as well. We're
do
doing
it.
bright colors, really bright, vibrant colors.
You should do a rescued one. Do red with black paw prints.
Actually, I can't because he has a 3D plotter that does vinyl.
Ooh, so he could actually. Thanks, Matt.
I'm really excited. Now
Yeah.
I want one.
We might actually have to talk about that. See,
Yeah.
See about maybe getting a couple of those. How much it would cost to get a couple of those custom done for rescued.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, because we use Immortal Modz for our testers when we go to expos and stuff.
Yeah, and the Viking would be a perfect fit for it because all the empty space.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think I would have an issue with the Cerakote?
You haven't really had issue with our Cerakote.
Only one I have had an issue with is my gray and blue one.
Which is old.
It's not that old.
It's old, honey.
It's like a year and a half.
We're talking like that was done 2 years ago.
Yeah, I used the shit out of it.
And
Well, if you set them down once in a while.
but what I'm saying is you with your skin and everything, you haven't had an issue with our coating. It was only the plating.
No, the black is solid still.
Yeah. So no, I don't see you having an issue with any of the coating. That was a plating thing, and I think, I'd like for you to go maybe buy a plated, silver plated necklace and see what happens in a couple days.
That would be hilarious.
I don't wear necklaces.
But that would be hilarious because you would be green.
He would be green.
Yeah.
Yep. He would turn.
You'd be the Jolly Green Giant. Nah.
He'd be a real leprechaun.
Y'all suck.
I'm buying you a silver necklace. Like the cheapest I can find.
Yeah, the cheapest, like on Wish.
Like
straight
Wish
up
quality.
Yep.
I'm gonna fucking
Thick.
die from lead poisoning. Alright, guys. Well, I'm gonna end this. It is 10:02, and Failure to Launch is on tonight. So make sure y'all go give those guys some love like y'all are giving us.
Tell them we sent you.
Yep. Much love, much respect, and we will see you guys next week.
Order a
We
Viking
like you.
Order a Viking.
now.
Now.
Right now.
Now.
Right now.
Now.
Right now.
Or I will put my size 17 shoe in the mail and send it to you, and it smells like shit.
Don't do that to people.
Alright, guys. As always, we love you and we like you, and we hope everybody has a wonderful week and stays safe. So.
Stay safe, stay cloudy, and stay immortal.
There you go. Those words.
Yo.
All right, guys. See you later.